Hello, good morning, guys. Uh, this is Commerce first year, and our today's topic is partnership firm, its features. This question will be asked both in 10 marks as well as 5 marks, sometime in 10 marks, sometime in 5 marks. It is very important question, and like you know, partnership firm organization is also non-corporate form of organization, means which is small, which non-corporate means where registration is not compulsory. It is small business organization on a small level. So partnership, before going to the features, let me tell you, partnership is an organization whereby different persons pool up their financial managerial resources and who agrees to share profit and losses, and when they run the business organization, it is called as partnership form of business organization. Okay, sir. Individually, they are called as partners. Collectively, they are called as a firm or partnership firm. Okay, sir. Before going to the feature, let me give definition. According to Act 1932, partnership is nothing but it is relationship between two or more persons who pool up their resources, who gather up their resources and agrees to share profit and losses, and the business may be carried on by all or any one of them acting for all. Okay, sir. That is definition of partnership. Now let us straight away go to features. First feature is formation. Formation, just like sole trading form of business organization, partnership firm also can be started easily with two or more persons when they come together. They can start. Partnership firm or business organization is result of an agreement. Okay, registration is not compulsory, but when partnership firm is started, partners, they have to make an agreement. Agreement may be in written or maybe in oral, but written agreement is preferable. If you have written agreement, then it will be better. Future problems, misunderstanding, prejudice will not take place. So agreement is nothing but it is a statement which contains terms and conditions on which the partners are going to carry on business organization in future. Okay, sir. The importance of agreement in a partnership firm is just like a thread in a garland. How thread is important in a garland. Without thread, garland cannot be prepared. Similarly, without agreement, you cannot you cannot run partnership form of business organization. Very simple. Again, registration is not compulsory. Legal formalities are not many. Simply with limited money, with limited persons, by taking certain permissions from certain authorities, easily you can start partnership form of business organization. That was one feature, first feature of partnership. Second feature of partnership is association of persons. Association of persons. In sole trading form of business organization, owner will be only one. But in case of partnership form of business organization, owners, minimum number of persons required in partnership firm is minimum is 2, maximum is 10 in case of banking, 10 in case of banking, 20 in case of non-banking business organization. So minimum 2 members can start, maximum 10 or 20 will be the plurality of person in case of partnership form of business organization. In case of company, owners may be unlimited. Any number of many number of shareholders will be there in case of company. In case of partnership form of business organization, owners may be minimum 2, maximum 10 or 20. Okay, sir. This is called as association of person. And then third feature of partnership firm of business organization is unlimited liability. This we discussed in sole trading form of business organization also we saw. And here also it is feature. Unlimited liability, you know it very well. Partnership, still it is non-corporate. Non-corporate means owner and business will be one and the same in the eyes of law. Okay, sir. Owner will be personally liable for all the debts of the business. So, on that ground, liability of partners in partnership firm organization is also unlimited, several, joint, individual. Okay, sir. So, if the debts of the firm is not discharged, if it is not when the creditors when the creditors goes for recovery of their debts, first they will go to the partnership firm by taking the property from the business. They will try to recover the debts. If it is not enough, then creditors can proceed to the personal properties of all the partners. Individually means they can collect the debt from one partner, or they may collect the debts from different partners in different denomination. It is called as unlimited liability. This is not new. From first sole trading business we are learning that. So this is one feature. Next feature of partnership form of business organization is implied authority. Implied authority. Implied authority is authority whereby a partner, if a partner in a firm can, by his action, he can bind the other partners. Implied authority means certain rights given to the partner. Generally, all the partners will be having implied authority, but it will be exercised to its maximum level by an active partner. There are different types of partners. Active partner, sleeping partner, dormant partner, partner by estoppel, partner by holding out, partner in profit. So active partner is a partner who is available 24/7 in the business. So generally this authority is exercised by active partner. In fact, don't forget, all partners have implied authority. If a partner has implied authority, partner can engage and remove servants. Partner can accept receipts, accepts bills payable. Partner, when he has implied authority, he can issue receipts, he can draw bills, he can draw checks. Similarly, he can pledge the property of the firm and can get the liability for the firm. So this authority is called as implied authority. A partner, when he has implied authority, even if a partner has implied authority, partner cannot do certain things like a partner cannot open an account on his own name. A partner has to open account in the name of the business. So having employed authority, he can do certain things. In spite of having employed authority, sometimes partner cannot do certain things which is prohibited. Examples I gave you. So employed authority is authority whereby a partner's action, one partner's action will bind the other partners. For example, I am a partner, I have taken loan from bank 1 lakh rupees. It means all the other partners, everyone has taken loan from the bank. So my action binds the other partner. Such authority, such right is called as implied authority. I hope you understood. Next feature is lawful business. Lawful business. Business should be lawful. It should be legal. It should not be illegal. Partners coming together can start any business, but that business should be within the limits of the law. You cannot go beyond the limits. Okay, sir. Business should be lawful. It should not be unlawful. Okay, sir. Smuggling, black marketing, you cannot indulge in this type of business organization. And let me tell you one more thing. Partner, when they join, after joining, they can run business which is business with a profit intention. For example, if some partners comes together and if they run a charity, it is not partnership firm. When partners are coming together, they should run that business, or they should run the business with profit intention. Okay, charitable trust. of partner is not partnership firm. So business should be lawful, it should not be illegal. You cannot indulge in smuggling, black marketing, unfair trade practices. Okay, sir, that is one feature. And the another feature is utmost good faith. Good faith. This is important. Different partners from different background, from different mentality, coming together and running the business organization. Therefore this feature becomes very, very important. Every partner should have trust among other partners. So selection here, let me tell you, selection of a partner is just like a selection of life partner. Okay, sir. While selecting life partner, how carefully we select. Similarly, while selecting, while admitting partner, you have to trust him. There should be utmost good faith among the partners. If you don't have utmost good faith, if you don't have trust among yourself, then running business successfully for a long run is not possible, because a dishonest partner may land the business in trouble. I hope you understood. Utmost good faith is also important feature. Then relationship between principal and agent. Principal and agent relationship should be there among the partner. Every partner is principal as well as agent of the firm. When the partners deal with the other parties, he acts as an agent. When the partner deals with the third party, he becomes agent, and at the same time other partner becomes a principal agent. Other partner becomes principal agent. Here every partner's action will bind the other partner. Similarly, another feature is restriction on transfer of shares. Transfer of shares. Partners are limited 10 or 20. These 10 persons, 20 persons cannot transfer their share without the consent. One partner cannot transfer his share without the consent of the other partner. Okay, sir. In case of company, transferability is possible, transferability of shares is possible, but in case of partnership, you cannot transfer. If you want to transfer, you have to take the consent from the other partner. If all partners agrees, then you can transfer your share to other partner, and other partner may be included as partner in the firm. Until and unless there is restrictions, there is prohibition on transfer of share. I hope you understood. Next is voluntary registration. Voluntary registration. At the beginning I said you brothers, registration is not compulsory, but in